Howdy everybody, Efour here, and welcome back to the channel for Season 7, Episode 6 of our FIFA 22 Youth to Gold save. Now, if everything goes to plan, we are winding down to the end of this series, which is going to be just in time for FIFA 23. Today, we have two big games in the league. We also have to play our last group stage game in the Champions League, which we've already secured top spot in, which is really exciting. We're going to be in the month of December, and we're going to be splitting the month in half because there's a lot of games in this month. So, let's dive in. As I mentioned, December is the month in question. We have 9 total games this month. We have league games against Arsenal, Chelsea, Manchester United, Leicester, Aston Villa, Everton, and Liverpool. We have a Champions League group stage game against Bruges, and then we have a Carabao Cup quarterfinal game against Arsenal. Now today, we're only going to be playing the games up to the Leicester City game. And the 2 live comms are going to be the game against Arsenal and Chelsea because they're right behind us in the league. We're still undefeated in the league, so we're going to look to maintain that undefeated start to the season. We'll show highlights of the other 3 games. I'm not too worried about showing you a live comm of the Champions League group game against Bruges just because we've already secured qualification into the knockout stages. So you'll get to see the highlights, but let's go take a look at the team we're taking in to the game against Arsenal after we take a quick look at the league table. Same place as we were at the end of last episode, top of the table, 11 wins, 2 draws. We actually have not lost a single game this entire season, and we're in the month of December. It's pretty crazy. I'm hoping we can go completely undefeated, have an invincible season. That would be awesome. We'll see. I'm not... It might happen. It might not. If it doesn't, it's okay. I really would just love to win the Champions League because that's our last goal for this save. And if we could win back-to-back Premier Leagues along with it, that would be really awesome. Today, we're going to be taking on Arsenal, who sit in 5th position on 22 points. They're fighting to get more into those Champions League spots. They're 4 points behind Man City. Unfortunately, despite them being my favorite team, we are looking to keep them down behind us as we try and get some more wins under our belt. So, now, let's go look at the team we're taking in against Arsenal. We take in our best 11 with Smith in goal, a back 4 of Ojeda, Bishop, Aguado, and Taylor, midfield trio of Carlson, Nelson, and Fisher, and an attacking 3 of Schaefer, Baker, and Van Hoof. On the bench we have Sans, Lundberg, Villalba, Bauer, Kerr, Olafson, and Kamara. Now, in case you missed the last episode, we have decided to start Fisher with the first team just because he's so well-rounded, so technically sound, great at passing, and offers some good defensive stability as well. But with Bishop and Aguado behind him, I think he does a better job with this first team. Lundberg, because he is so good defensively, he's better with the second team to offer a little bit more security in that role. So we're going with Fisher. We're going to try and get in and get 3 points. We do take Chelsea on in 2 days' time, which is going to be interesting to see who's fit and able to step up for that Chelsea game. But we're going to have to rock with our first team in these next 2 games. And there's probably going to be some tired boys, but they're just going to have to push through it and try and help us stay undefeated. So let's get into this game and see if we can get another 3 points on the board. And here we go. Now, in real life, Arsenal are sitting top of the Premier League, and man, am I excited. I don't expect them to win the Premier League, but just the fact that they're at the top is super exciting for me as an Arsenal fan. Bad pass there from Carlson. Another item of note to talk about as we get into this game is that Frank Baker is still the league's top scorer with 14 goals. He is just unstoppable, truly. I expect today, when we need a goal, it's going to be Baker who steps up to make that happen. Calvert-Lewin on the ball, passing it over to Herrera, who has an open shot, and Smith makes the save. Great stop from our keeper. Here is their corner as they look to try and get the early lead. Get up. Fisher gets up to that. We got Carlson running. He's fast enough to get past, and he does. All right, Carlson. Let's see who we can find. Where's Schaefer going to be making his run? He's on the backside. And I was trying to go to Baker. It doesn't come off. Van Hoof can't get up to that either, and our attack dies there. Arsenal moving in now, trying to find an opening, and they're giving me, honestly, some trouble. I can't seem to work them off the ball. Calvert-Lewin is in. He tries to get it over to whatever his name is, Odegaard, and we do handle it very nicely from the boys. We're going over the top for Frank Baker, and he can run in on goal here. Can he? Oh, and Schaefer's in here. Get it around. Oh, and it's a great block from the Arsenal player out for a corner. All right, here's our corner. Let's see if Bishop can get up. He's been doing such a good job on corners. He's tripped up there, so he doesn't get anything going there. We're going into Baker here, and he has back post Carlson with the header, and it's saved. What a goal, or a save. I think that's Aaron Ramsdale still. And Bishop gets there to knock them off the ball into Baker, and he is knocked off the ball as well. And our attack is thwarted, but they're pushing immediately back down with Yeremy Pino. We chase back with Fisher, trying to win the ball back. Unable to get him off, and they are in a dangerous position here. Come on, boys. I'm loving having an undefeated season thus far. We really have been just on a whole nother level. It's been so exciting playing with this team. All right, let's see if we can get Baker over the top. Oh, it's kind of a bad pass. I wanted to go just over the and there's Schaefer. I can't even speak. And it's saved again by Aaron Ramsdale. What a save. Arsenal moving in. Arthur on the ball with a shot, and it's a great diving stretch from Smith to keep the ball out of the back of the net. And they're marking our team very well. Struggling to find the passes forward. But here we are. And we're going to, oh, Carlson's actually, oh, he's offsides. I thought he got back on sides, but he didn't. Looking to get a run in, and Nelson does have it here. He's going to go up into Carlson, who doesn't get there. Cut out again, but he makes a huge mistake. Aaron Ramsdale, get it in, and there's Frank Baker. What a big mistake from Aaron Ramsdale, gifting the ball back to Carlson, and we're up 1-0, and there goes my controller again. What a huge mistake from Ramsdale. Carlson is just wise to it, plays it back to Baker, who has the easiest finish for his 15th of the season, and we're ahead 1-0. There's the halftime whistle just after our goal. We go into the half up 1-0 at home against Arsenal. Now we just got to get into the second half and keep dominating and try and get a couple more goals. Van Hoof running on the ball here. He's going to go back to Nelson with a cheeky pass, and Nelson's just going to rip that. And it's in the back of the net. I honestly wasn't even expecting it. What a shot from the 19-year-old, and we're ahead 2-0, and there's the worm. Oh my goodness, what a strike from Nelson, and a pass from Van Hoof. Just a crazy assist. And near post, Nelson smashes it past Aaron Ramsdale. I was honestly aiming opposite post, but my thumbstick is sweaty and my thumb slipped. Aaron Ramsdale gets a hand to it, but Nelson's shot is too much for him to keep it out. We're up 2-0. Arsenal moving it around on the edge of our area. Calvert-Lewin really seems to be the facilitator for this team, using his strength to hold the ball up, and they're trying to find an opening. Pushing down our left side. Smith should be able to get up and grab that. He does. We're going to throw it out to Ojeda here really quickly. Oh, and it was a bad pass. Fortunately for us, Martinelli's offsides. So I've taken off the three guys with the lowest stamina, and it is early in the game, but the three guys with the lowest stamina are coming off so that they're ready for this game against Chelsea. We have Sans coming on at left back for Ojeda. Lundberg comes on at center defensive mid for Fisher, and Olafsson comes on at right wing for Van Hoof, again, just so they're ready in 2 days' time for the game against Chelsea. So let's see if we can hold on and get out of here with the 3 points. And honestly, I feel pretty confident that this team can get out of here with the 3 points. We've had such a good game. That was a terrible pass from Schaefer, as I'm talking about how confident I am. But I really do feel good about, oh no, about getting out of here, and it's in the back of the net. I think they're going to call that an own goal. They are off Aguado, and right as I make the 3 subs, they'll be coming on after that goal. Oh man, that was ugly, and now I'm getting a little nervous. And here's Mike Nelson on the edge of the area, just going to rip it again. He doesn't get it off. He's tackled very hard, and we are now chasing back. This fixture congestion is going to be difficult as we have this Chelsea game in a couple days' time. We then have the Bruges game, but again, we're taking the second team into that game. So we should be able to get a rest, and there's the shot, and he's going to have the header, but Smith makes the save. What a huge save from our keeper at the end of this game. All right, come on, boys. Going over the top for Olafsson. Come on, Mr. Olafsson. Get it over for Baker, and there it is, and it's saved by Ramsdale again out for a corner. Aaron Ramsdale is having a great game. We still look dominant, but they have looked threatening for sure. We gotta look out. Here is Baker on the ball, and we're gonna just try and make it happen with him, and there it is. Come on, get it around him. Oh, Aaron Ramsdale with another great save. All right, I can smell blood in the water. Come on, boys, let's try and get this third insurance goal. We are playing very nicely right now. All right, and that wasn't offsides. We're going back into Baker, and that was a poor decision from me. Really needed to probably just possess the ball as we approach the end of this game rather than try and force something into happening. Aguado gets his head on that, but we can't maintain possession. All right, Aguado and Bishop back now with Lundberg, trying to play some defense, and they're in, and they get the equalizer, and there goes my dumb controller again. I really got to get a better cable, but oh man, what a big let up that we've let that goal in. Okay, you guys know what time it is. We have to see if our attacking three of KSB can make something happen. They can't. Carlson loses the ball immediately. I just don't want to lose. I want to maintain this unbeaten start to the season. Brian Brobby, whoever that is, scores the goal for Arsenal. Puts us in a bad spot here, and they are looking threatening. Oh no. Come on. Come on. Step up, Lundberg. Great shot from Mino, but saved by Smith. We're in the 90th minute, and we oh man, I mean, we are under pressure. Come on. We have to get this out. He has the inside track. It is kept out, and there's the shot, and it goes just past the post. Oh my goodness. We are looking a little suspect here, just trying to not lose the game. So just playing it forward. We have our strikers in, and they can't get there. We do end up drawing 2-2. I'm pretty disappointed with that result, honestly. We were dominant for most of the game. We brought the subs on, and it definitely cost us late on. Some lapses in concentration. They get 2 goals back, and we leave this game tied 2-2 and only 1 point. The draw was disappointing for us, but fortunately for us, we don't lose any ground on the teams behind us. We're still 7 points ahead of second place. Liverpool lost to Tottenham, and Man City did win, but they only are up on 29 points now. So we still have a 7-point gap at the top of the table, despite that disappointing result against Arsenal. Today we take on Chelsea, who are in 4th. A win against them would put us, what would that be, 11 points ahead of them, which would be massive, because that would be 11 points ahead of 4th position, and it would still keep the 7-point gap ahead of Man City and Liverpool, assuming that they win their games. Come on, we got to get in. I don't want to lose our first game of the season today. Not today. I want to keep rolling and get some more wins. So let's go check out the team we're taking in against Chelsea. My substitutions in the last game against Arsenal to save the legs of our boys really paid off, as everyone is fully fit for this big match against Chelsea. We have Smith in goal, a back four of Ojeda, Bishop, Aguado, and Taylor, midfield trio of Carlson, Nelson, and Fisher, and an attacking three of Schaefer, Baker, and Van Hoof. On the bench, we have Sans, Lundberg, Villalba, Bauer, Kerr, Olofsson, and Kamara. Olofsson did a good job coming on late on in that game. He almost got an assist, but Baker wasn't able to finish past Ramsdale. Sans, I don't think he was at fault for the goals let up. Maybe it was Lundberg. I'm not really sure. It was disappointing, but we got to move forward and keep trying to fight and see if we can get today against Chelsea with a win, at least a draw, right? If I just don't want to lose. That's that's it. I really would love to have an unbeaten season. I'm not sure I've ever done that in FIFA, and it would be really exciting. So we're going to take in this awesome starting 11 and see if we can get another positive result against Chelsea. And here we go, getting into the game against Chelsea. It's going to be a hard-fought game. They are a very good squad, as evidenced by their position in the league table. Carlson's in. I can't speak. And Carlson, almost chips Mendy, but it doesn't come off, and it's out for a corner. Here is the corner. Come on, Bishop. Get up and slam this home. Not going to come off. Way too low. Not in a good position. Nelson on the ball here. And going into Carlson. Got Baker going over the top. And he steps in, and he almost makes it come off against Mendy, but it doesn't. And he makes the grab, and it's going to be a goal kick. Bishop with the big header one there. Carlson's going to rip that past Mendy, and there it is. I don't know if that took a deflection. It looked weird, but hit him with the dead fish, and we'll check it out in the replay. And what a shot. Bishop gets up and intercepts that, plays it to Carlson, and rather than passing, we just take the rip. It doesn't take a deflection. Mendy just has a howler. He needs to do a better job there. He doesn't, and we're ahead 1-0. Chelsea moving back into our half, down our right side. Ian Taylor gets a foot, and it's going out for their throw. but they are trying to find an opening and break us down. Rafael Leao on the ball, looking for a cross maybe, and they play it back inside. Can Aguado get a foot in? He can, and Nelson can't get there. They still have possession on the edge of our area, and there you go, Nelson. Oh, and Van Hoof's pass was blocked by Nelson on the ground. That could be bad. Come on. And that's going to be out for a goal kick. Here's Baker on the ball, trying to play his way around, and he is dispossessed. Poor job from our main man to get the attacking play going. And Chelsea look to hit us while we're disorganized on this quick little break. Correa on the ball, out to Mason Mount. They really do have such a good team. Rafael Leao, Correa, Mason Mount. That attacking three is dangerous, and great grab from Smith. And we're going to go down this wing to Ian Taylor. This season has been so much fun. I am, over the top to Nelson. I'm having a blast. I really feel like we could do some big things. Definitely attempting to finish the series this season, as I've mentioned, by winning the Champions League. That's our last big goal that we have to hit with this young team. If you remember, this team has been built primarily from our youth academy. All the boys who have come through our youth academy: Frank Baker, Nelson, Carlson, Bishop, who else? Not Ojeda, Ian Taylor at right back, Smith in goal. We have built this team primarily from youth academy guys, and then also we get one transfer and one free agent signing a year or a season. My dumb controller keeps disconnecting, but Mason Mount heads home, the equalizer, and it's back 1-1. As I'm discussing how awesome this team is, we concede a goal, but it really is awesome. And I almost forgot the legend that is Schaefer. He was also one of our youth academy boys. The other boys that we've brought in have been, like I said, free agent signings, which we get once a year, and then one transfer a year. Van Hoof's in, and can he do it? Is he on sides? It looks like he is. Hit him with the worm. Van Hoof scores another goal for the club in a big match against Chelsea, and we're up 2-1. It was just a great pass from Fisher here, up and over the top for Van Hoof, who slots it home on the volley past Mendy to give us the lead. And that was a quick answer back for Chelsea after they just gotten the equalizer. We really need to get another goal to give us a little bit of a cushion, because Chelsea is a dangerous team, and so a 1-goal lead is not a secure lead against a team like Chelsea. If we could find another goal, especially before halftime. Oh, and Baker's going to run into this space that they've given him. He's kind of caught out. We're going into Carlson. Carlson's there, and he slots it past him. Hit him with the knockout punches just on the stroke of halftime. We get our third, and we're up 3-1. Speak it into existence. 90% of the battle is believing. We're talking about finding that third goal, and we get it. We're up 3-1 and looking very nice. Now we just got to make sure we stay focused and hold on to this lead. And there's the halftime whistle. We just scored our third. We're up 3-1 over Chelsea. This is a big match. I really want to get out of here with 3 points away at Stamford Bridge. It would be a big statement win from this team. We've already had a few big statement wins, but I'd like another. So let's see if we can get into the second half and see out the rest of the match. Ian Taylor in a foot race with Leao, who turns to drop it back to his left back. But Chelsea are moving into our half, looking for a goal back. And Leao is so fast. Fortunately for us, we have Taylor, who's fast, but goodness gracious, our defense is getting beat in the air. Who was that? Number 32. I'm not even sure who that was, but they get another goal. We're back down. Our lead's cut back down to 1. It's Fabian. What a goal. Rafael Leao crosses it, and Ian, who is that? Ian Taylor? Is that Ojeda? I don't know who that is trying to get up and mark him, but he is beaten to the ball. It's actually Fisher. No wonder, but man, what a disappointing goal to give up. Now we got to try and get another cushion goal. And oh no, Schaefer is down with an injury. That would be such a big knock to this team. And as I sit here, I'm trying to think, what in the world would we do to account for injury to Schaefer? I'm hoping he gets up. He's not going to get up. Oh, no. That's another big injury this season. We've had 3 in the last 8 months or so. Nelson at the end of last season, Lundberg this season, and now Schaefer holding his knee. Oh, man. I'm really nervous about this one. He slid in there, met Fabian, and he didn't ever get back up. Oh, we'll have to check after this game, but that makes me very nervous. So I think what we do is we move Carlson out to left wing. He's right-footed. He can cut it on that right foot. And Schaefer and he are very they're very comparable, minus the shooting. Carlson's a better dribbler. They're similar at passing. Schaefer has a lot better shooting, but they're both very fast. And so I think putting Carlson out there is the play. Bauer then can come in at center attacking mid, and he is our best player off the bench. I thought about maybe doing Olsen out here or Kerr, but I felt like that was too big of a drop-off in skill. Putting Carlson out there keeps it fairly similar to Schaefer, and Bauer, we know, is an awesome center attacking mid. I'm really nervous about Schaefer's injury. I'm hoping it's not like a 9-month injury, because if we do in this series, I want him to be on the pitch when we lift the Champions League trophy. And if he's not, it's going to make me sad. But injuries happen, and we got to figure out how to adapt. For right now, we put Carlson out left, Bauer in at center attacking mid, and we'll see what happens from there. Here is Chelsea's corner. After the injury to Schaefer, that could honestly be an injury. Whew, I thought they were going to score again off a header. But that could, in theory, be an injury that really derails our season. Honestly, I'm hoping not. I am so hoping not, because we have come so far. Going to Bauer. Come on, Bauer. Get there, buddy. And he does get a foot to it, but he can't maintain possession. But, oh, man, not Schaefer. That makes me so gutted. I'm so nervous for him. I do not want it to be serious. We've had a couple injuries, like we said, recently, and I'm not sure why. We had a season and a half or so where we had no injuries. We're very fortunate, very blessed to not have any injuries, and now they've just come in quick succession. Bishop gets on that, plays it out to Fisher, who turns, going to... Oh, he took one too many touches. Fortunately, he maintains possession. We'll go over to Bauer here, back to Nelson, up over for Baker, and Baker takes a first-time shot and almost... Oh my gosh, get it in. Somebody, come on. It's bouncing around. We're unable to put it in the back of the net. We got 10 minutes left in this game. Oh my goodness, that was such a close call. We weren't able to slot it away, and I'm hoping that we don't regret that, considering it's still just a 1-goal game, and they look to hit us on this attack. Taylor should be fast enough to get there. He is. We'll go to Aguado here, into Fisher, and Fisher almost loses the ball, plays it to Van Hoof, playing it into Nelson, but it's a poor pass. I am stressed, if you can't tell. I'm really anxious to look at the email after this game explaining what Schaefer's injury is. My dumb controller again. And we actually need to make some subs now that I see that. We're going to bring Lundberg on for Fisher, which honestly makes me nervous just based on last game. And then after that, I think we bring on Villalba. No, I want to keep Nelson on, but I don't really want to bring Sans on at left back. And Villalba cannot play there. Who do we bring on? How do we make this work? Maybe it is Sans. It's got to be Sans. He's got to step up. He's got to do a good job. Sans comes on. Lundberg comes on for Fisher. Sans for Ojeda. We got to see out the rest of this match, but like I said, I'm really anxious to see how serious his injury is. I'm hoping that it's a hyperextended knee like Lundberg or something, and he's out for a month, but because he was forced off, I really think it's going to be longer. It makes me super sad because we're in December, so if he's even out for 6 months, he's done for this whole season. I'm so gutted. Let's get into the end of this game and see if we can hold on for the 3 points. And here we are at the very end of the game, trying to get out with something if we can. And there's Baker, and he's there, and he's going to slot that home, and there is our fourth. Hit him with a random celebration. Whatever it's going to be, it's a piggyback ride, and we get the insurance goal in honor of Schaefer, and we're up 4-2. It was just a great combination between Bauer and Baker. Bauer ran in, Baker played him in, and with the give back, Baker was in on net, and he made no mistakes. I think he's now at 17 goals on the year. And again, that one was for Schaefer. And here is Chelsea on the edge of our area. It's pretty much done, but I would love to not let them get another goal just to spite them. Come on, boys. Play some good defense. San's on the ball, or playing defense there. All right, they're passing it around nicely. Of course, the ref is not going to blow the whistle, even though they're not doing anything. There's the final whistle. We win 4-2, a big win. We'll take a quick look at the league table and also check in on how serious Schaefer's injury is. And my worst fears have become a reality. Schaefer has torn his ACL and will be out for 7 months. Oh, no. That just makes me so sad for him. I can't believe it. Oh, I really can't believe it. I'm so gutted about that. It's such a disappointment. I remember in season 1 when Schaefer was quickly becoming our best player. He was 16 or 17 years old from the youth academy with a lot of potential. And I said, I want this guy. He was carrying our team, and I remember saying that he's going to be the guy that wins us the Champions League. I can't wait to have him with us when we lift the trophy. And yes, he'll be there, but he won't be on the pitch, and I'm so gutted for him. That's a huge knock to this team, and I'm hoping that it doesn't cost us our chance at winning the Champions League. I really now feel like being undefeated for this whole season is going to be a challenge just because that hurts our depth a lot, moving Carlson out to left winger and Bauer into center attacking mid to start, because that means we got to play. I'll probably bring Kevin Ward, our youth prospect who has potential to be special, 70 overall, as our backup center attacking mid. And that's a drop-off. He's good, but he's still only 70 overall. It's going to be a drop-off, but so disappointed about that. But we got to keep going. That win against Chelsea was bittersweet due to the injury to Schaefer. That is such a knock, but we've already talked about it. The win still keeps our gap at the top of the table to 7 points because Manchester City and Liverpool both win. Our gap above Chelsea in 4th position is 11 points. Even if we don't win the Premier League, our board has told us that minimum we have to make Champions League spaces. And considering that we're already 11 points above 4th position, we're looking pretty darn good for that. In other bad news, Spurs has gone above Arsenal, which is just terrible. That should never be the case. But yeah, we're sitting good at the top of the league, looking very nice. Now, let's go take a look at the, well, I guess, no, not now. We're going to be going into some highlights. We got Bruges up next in the Champions League, so let's get into the highlights. As mentioned before, we've already secured qualification to the knockout stages of the Champions League on 13 points. If we lose today and Bruges beat us, it guarantees that Barcelona will be playing Thursday Night Football in the Europa League. Considering Barcelona play Moscow, they're guaranteed to win, and Bruges really have a lot to play for, but we're still fighting to try and win to maintain our unbeaten season. And we are counting on our second team with Kevin Ward at center attacking mid to make it happen. In the first 20 minutes, we were struggling to keep up, and Bruges found the opener from the right wing 1-0. But in the 37th minute, Lundberg won the ball back in their 18-yard box and played it to Ward, whose shot was blocked by Kamara, but fortunately fell to his feet where he grabbed the equalizer to make it 1-1. In the 72nd minute, Bruges played in a counter and we were unable to get the clearance out, resulting in Bruges scoring the go-ahead goal 2-1. And in the 90th minute, our undefeated season in all competitions continued as Carlson played in substitute Baker, who grabbed the equalizer to make it 2-2. And in a crazy turn of events, Bruges make it to the knockout stages of the Champions League as Barcelona only manage a 2-2 draw against Moscow, knocking Barca down into the Europa League. Up next for us is Manchester United in the league. They sit down in 12th on 19 points, 20 points off the top of the table, and 7 points out of European places. And despite playing Leicester in 2 days, we take our best 11 in to try and avoid defeat and keep up the unbeaten run in all competitions. Inside 20 minutes, Baker made a run down the right side of the pitch where he used a fake shot to play the ball into the path of Van Hoof to open the scoring 1-0. 5 minutes later, in the 21st minute, Baker made quick work of the defender, dribbling past and firing home our second to increase our lead 2-0. In the 34th minute, Bauer played it over the top for Van Hoof, who used his head to play it into the path of Nelson, who scissor kicked it past De Gea and into the net to make it 3-0 in the first half. And in the 62nd minute, Baker played in Van Hoof down the right wing, and with Bauer wide open in the middle, he played an easy cross that Bauer slotted home to pad the lead 4-0. The 4-0 win over Manchester United continued to build our confidence as we dominated them, and it maintained our 7-point gap at the top of the table. Up next is Leicester City, who took the 12th spot from Man U and sit on 19 points as well. And once again, we took in the best 11 to ensure we remain unbeaten. We were awarded a free kick in a dangerous area on a wild tackle against Baker, and our star man made no mistake, stepping up to strike the ball into the top left corner and giving us the 1-0 lead. And to pay tribute to Schaefer, our first team seems to have found their shooting boots as Bauer gets around a defender and slots home our second, 2-0 Efour United. And Leicester seemed to have no fight and roll over dead as 4 minutes later in the 19th minute, Nelson found Baker over the top and controlling it with his chest, he found our third, making it 3-0 inside 20 minutes. And in the 61st minute, after taking our foot off the gas a bit, Leicester did get a goal back, making it 3-1. But in the 78th minute, we reminded Leicester City who was in control as Baker played in hot prospect Kevin Ward, who fired home our fourth of the day to make it 4-1 Efour United. And just like any win, the 4-1 win over Leicester was huge as Man City dropped points and Liverpool are now in second position, which increases our gap above second position to 9 points. So in theory, we could lose 3 games in a row and still sit top of the table, which is massive. It was a great run of games in there. Kevin Ward coming in as our backup center attacking mid. It definitely is a drop off. Having Bauer in the second team in that center attacking mid spot really boosted the second team, and having Ward in there, it definitely is a little more leaky and not as good a team, but Kevin Ward's a lot of fun to use. He's getting involved. You guys saw him score against Leicester in the last game. He looks really, really good, and I'm super excited about him. But yeah, we're looking great, sitting at the top of the league. And because we have no scouting report for this video today, instead, we're going to check out our season stats and see who has scored what and assisted what and all that jazz. So let's check it out. Up top is Anthony Smith, 27 appearances. I'm pretty sure he has played in every single game possible, averaging a 7.10, 10 clean sheets, doing great, having an awesome season. Up next is Frank Baker, 24 appearances. He has 32 goals and 10 assists in 24 appearances. He is broken. 5 clean sheets, going from an 86 to an 82 already and averaging an 8.7. Smith has also gone up, I forgot to mention, from an 83 to an 85. Ian Taylor, 22 appearances, no goals, but he has 5 assists. He is such a good player, so fast on that right wing. 5 clean sheets, averaging a 6.7, going from an 85 to an 87. We then have Mathis Fisher, our free agent signing this year, 22 appearances, 1 goal, 2 assists, 3 clean sheets, going from a 78 to a 79 and averaging a 6.6. Jan Carlson, 22 appearances, 13 goals, 17 assists, also just insane numbers. That's 30 goal contributions in 22 appearances, 5 clean sheets, going from a 90 to a 91 and averaging an 8.1 through the season thus far. And now he's going to be playing on that left wing for the rest of the season while Schaefer's injured, so we'll see how he does out there. Rafa Aguado, 20 appearances, no goals, no assists, 5 clean sheets, going from an 85 to an 86 and averaging a 6.5 rating. Harry Bishop, 20 appearances, also 1 goal, 2 assists, going from an 86 to an 88 and averaging a 6.6. Enrique Ojeda, 19 appearances, no goals, no assists, 5 clean sheets, going from an 80 to an 81 and averaging a 6.4. David Lundberg, 19 appearances, 1 goal, 1 assist, going from an 83 to an 84 and averaging a 6.8. He did lose his starting spot to Fisher, but he's still such a great player to have on the bench, and for the second team, he's played so well. Andres Sanz is up next, 19 appearances, no goals, 1 assist, 5 clean sheets, going from a 73 to a 74 and averaging a 6.1. Mike Nelson, 18 appearances, 5 goals, 9 assists, 5 clean sheets, going from an 85 to an 86 and averaging a 7.7. Van Hoof is 18 appearances, 3 goals, 7 assists, 5 clean sheets, going from an 84 to an 86 and averaging a 7.3. This was our transfer this year, and he's done a great job. It took him a while to get a goal, but he now has 3, and he has oodles of assists. 7 from that right wing is looking very nice. Then we have Rafael Schaefer, such a disappointing injury to take for this team. Just such a big blow. He's going to finish the season actually with 17 appearances, 6 goals, 6 assists, 4 clean sheets. That's 12 goal contributions in his 17 games. He was averaging a 7.7. He did not go up at all, and he probably will go down after this injury to 92. We'll check in at the end of the season and at the end of the series if we win the Champions League to see how he does after he comes back from his injury. Finn Bauer has 15 appearances, 6 goals, 6 assists, and 6 clean sheets, playing so well. 12 goal contributions in 15 games, going from an 84 to an 85 and averaging a 7.4. Robin Olofsson, 15 appearances, 3 goals, 2 assists, 5 clean sheets, going from an 80 to an 82 and averaging a 6.8. Ian Kerr, 12 appearances, 4 goals, 3 assists, 5 clean sheets, going from a 75 to a 76 and averaging a 7.1. Oscar Villalba, 11 appearances, 1 goal, 2 assists, 4 clean sheets, going from a 77 to a 78 and averaging a 6.9. Elias Jonassen, 8 appearances, no goals, no assists, 5 clean sheets, going from a 75 to a 76 and averaging an even 7. Chris Collins, 8 appearances, no goals, no assists, 5 clean sheets, going from a 74 to a 75 and averaging a 6.6. Edouard Kamara, 8 appearances, 4 goals, 3 assists, 5 clean sheets, going from a 78 to a 79 and averaging a 7.7. Kevin Ward, our hot youth prospect, has 8 appearances, having 3 goals, 2 assists, and 2 clean sheets, going from a 68 to a 71 and averaging a 7.4. Marcus Carlson, 7 appearances, no goals, 2 assists, 5 clean sheets, going from a 70 to a 72 and averaging a 6.9. We then have Norden, 2 appearances, no goals, no assists, 1 clean sheets, going from a 69 to a 70 and averaging a 6.4. Sebastian Calvo, 1 appearance, no goals, no assists, no clean sheets, going from a 71 to a 72 and averaging a 6.1. Lundqvist, who's now out on loan, having 1 appearance, no goals, 1 assist, and no clean sheets. Hasn't gone up at all, but he did average a 6.6. The rest of these boys have not seen the pitch yet, and we do have these guys out on loan as well. Lundqvist, will go out on loan in January when the January transfer window opens. We have found a loan for him, which we will highlight in the January episode, which will be 2 episodes from now. But the rest of these boys have not seen the pitch, and that's why some of these guys are out on loan trying to develop. Martin Granero, he's the center attacking mid I was thinking about. He has gone up 5 overall from a 70 to a 75 from his loan. That is awesome, and we could honestly use him now that we have Kevin Ward playing backup center attacking mid. But I think Kevin Ward will develop probably about a similar rate as Martin Granero. But that is our stats for the season. So yeah, looking good, doing well. Guys are playing great. We just got to keep it going in the second half of the season. We are undefeated, and I would love to maintain that through the remainder of the season. If we can, we'll just have to wait and see. If you have enjoyed that, leave a thumbs up on the video. If you're new around here, subscribe to the channel. It would be super duper, and I would greatly appreciate it. Another great little month. It's not a full month. We did half of the month, but we didn't lose a game, which is awesome. We still are unbeaten in all competitions. We did get a huge injury to Schaefer, which is so disappointing, but you know, it happens, and we got to adapt. As you can see from our starting 11 here, we've moved Carlson out to the left wing, and we have Bauer starting at center attacking mid. I'm grateful we bought Bauer 2 seasons ago, and that he's developed so well to be able to slot in and really give us a great center attacking mid. He's definitely not Carlson, not as quick, but he's good. He's not bad, and we can definitely do well with him in the team instead of Carlson, even though Carlson's still in. But with Schaefer being out, Carlson's at left wing. So Bauer coming in is awesome. I'm super excited. I am enjoying this team's journey through the Crucible. Until next time, Efour out.